Shau e a tae a kanu ai a sai a kai a konu ai a sai o ai a pau ai a sai a ku a kakana I a wai a tātua a sai a tu a kakana. Pa ia sa su ai a sa su ai a tau a taha. Papavu e a tau a saha. Papavu e a tai a tua ka kakakana I a wa sa wata huata. Pa e a kana uata a tai a ka ua e a sa. So e a tau ata. Ki ao atai ata o ata ai ata o ata ki akakana o sai ata o ata kakakana e a sai atu ata ki aka o ata o sana e a ata o ata tai ata hu ai ata ai asai atai awaya ai atai asai o ai atai atua ka nai ata wata na mai wata pasu ata ia ka na mai wata kia tatua ia tau sata no ata ata kua kana ia wata tua ia huata ha ia wata kunaka kaieta. Thank you. Just kept going there. Thanks very much. Whoa, there was no stopping that. Whoa.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like you can continue forever.
I know, I was like, oh, stop. Crazy. Thanks very much.
I love that. Yes. Why I want to stop and I cannot stop. and it feels like your tongue speaks by itself, isn't it? And goes on and it's like, oh my God, I'm trying with my mind to stop this, but it feels like something else wants to come out. And actually it feels really good, which is the other thing that makes you, let's say, not offer any resistance to it, because it feels good. So if it feels good, so you have two things. You have your mind saying, why I'm feeling like my tongue goes on, and another part of yourself is saying, oh, but this is really cool. And so the two things together is like they are having like a conversation, your heart and your mind. And then you just let them flow. Sometimes you use your mind and you say, no, stop. So, I invite you to try. And enjoy your body, your experience with the light languages, because that's all about. It's about you recognizing yourself, you getting more familiar with something that you already know from a long, long, long time. It's just new to you because it was somehow blocked in your mind or somehow erased temporarily. And now we are getting back all these memories and connection to these aspects of ourselves. And now it's Vladimir. Yeah, do you want to do a blessing?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Turuneu, tukatuya, tareu, turiana, taraneu, turui, turiana, taraneu, tuktuneu, turuya, taraneu, turiana, saneu, turiana, taraneu, turui, turuneu, turuya, taraneu, turiana, taraneu, turui, tuktuneu, taruya, araseu, arasea, Uriana, araseu, ariana, taraneu, tarui, turuya, taraneu, turiana, taraseu, arasea, 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 araneu, araneu. Turiana, turiana, tareu, turuya. Turuneu, taraneu, taraneu, turunuya. Turuneu, tuktuneu, taruya, teriana, teriana, terui. Arasea, arasei. Araneu, aranuya, araneu, araneu, turiana, tareu. Tarui, turunuya. Turunuya, tariana, tariana, tareu. Tureu, turunuya, turunuya, tareu. Ruseu, ruseu, ruriana, nuriana, naraneu. Nareu, rareu, nuriana, naraneu, turuya. Tureu, turiana, taraseu, taraseu. Tarania, taraseu. Ariana, areu, areu, turiana, tareu.
Thank you, Ivan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tawa. Your mic, brother.
So Vlad, sorry, thank you for your blessing. I thought it was a lot about recentering, getting back to expanding. We're having that movement of, I think now it's time to get back to center. And I don't know, I felt really, getting back within. So thank you for your guides and releasing yourself for channeling that. It was beautiful. Namaya Kwayala Naya Tasoya Maya Kayala Natuaya Tana Taso Ayakayala na Matuna Takayala Nata Oyakana Shamaya Koyala Nata. Thank you.
Thank you, Radha.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, Melissa.
Thank you for that lovely blessings, everyone. Aretono to Gamasiti to Gamatu Rotonati Kisanata Kamatiko Sonotica Bati Kotomatico Sonotoco Matico Roto Titi Kemorotanate Casiti Kemoroti Arono to Gamasano to Komatico Rotanatiki no Sanatiki Maroto Natica Matica So the Kamaroto the Kamatica Sina to go. Arotonatica massina na conono de camaratono to casi de camatuco sono de giga rotonetica rotomatici sanatuco arotomatica natica matuco sono titi moroto natica rota natica sintica ranotuco di camarati natica sono di carato arotomatica natica sono di giga rota canatica sonatici Arona tika matika no tuko patika sana tika maro to tika matiki sine tika motuko tika patika no tuko Arona de Gamatica Masono to Gori, the Gigabaticano to Gamatica no Solitikino Rotana de Gano to Garata, or Renate Gamatica scene, no Notica Parotona de Gamatino, non a Camara, Tonatica Sena de Caroto, Arena de Gamatica sono tutti Gamatico Rotenatico Ratanatici City, Gorotini Gamatico. Arono tutti natica sonatica retinetici picoto comatico sonatica ratanatico maratiti de como sutiti toroto. Arono to camatica nasonatico retetici che matu tutti come soci na deca ratanatica matica sono tutti pure tetica che su corretto. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. Very nice. And now let's take this opportunity to take some deep breaths and also do grounding meditation. For you, if you are watching this video, try to do this exercise, feeling a golden energy coming into yourself through the crown chakra. A golden energy that filled up your body entirely, all your organs. With exhaling, we send all the worries, all the problems to the center of Mother Earth. Any tension in the body, we send it to the center of Mother Earth. And we visualize how everything dissolves and disappears and becomes energy again, becomes part of Mother Earth. So we inhale golden energy and we exhale all the tension, everything that we don't need. Tini akua ta io kuaya nata, eshi ni te kio kuata, eshanua nata, shene kuanata, anata kuno toshinata kumata, shene ketiata, ene ketianata. So we visualize how this golden energy comes out through our root chakra and also the plants of our feet. We visualize how this golden energy comes out of our body, connecting to Earth, creating a divine circuitry, creating this awareness of being one with everything. Tene kakuta ta kota seta na tuko to sete tene kikutu tustine ki akota tene tia atanita konta isata ota ese ti aku oti si ita kuta ise soto to tiketiata tukutu osa ota isa ota eke testita kumatis anato. Do not practice this exercise just as an exercise, but as a continuous experience. Let it go on as we continue with this group. Also, it is advised to do it in the morning and at night before you go to sleep. Inikat une is awa tika o taiti isa kuma atikanta okotus onaka estine kia tust inaka sosta anast inika kutainata estine iniata ana akais anata este nekes est akukotus inuku ata inikiata. Aenetes eses estiki okos istana kuko otakest etiki istana estetekest itiki ete esta atukuatest anaku est inak uhotos itaka, est entiata. Make this a sort of habit in your daily life, in your daily routines, as it is something that will always do good to you. It will allow always the flow of the energy to circulate more and more through you. You keep expanding, and as you keep expanding, it's important that you offer less and less resistance to this energy. Otherwise, the energy itself, it might feel like really, really strange or even inappropriate at some points. So let yourself, open yourself, let it happen, let it go through. There are constant energy downloading more and more every day. The vibration keep raising in your planet. So let all this energy flow. Otherwise, it will feel strange, what you call the human experience. Akuota shene ikuote shatakunta ishakuta eshentakuta tia. For the times you are living now, this should be quite basic and quite something that you do really every day. It's a must-do thing to ground consciously, to just connect with Mother Earth. Sometimes you don't need to do this type of exercise. You just need to trust and believe and visualize that you are all the time connected to Mother Earth and everything that is. Many of you have already that ability, so you don't even need to do any exercise. But some of you are in different levels. None of them is better than another, as we already mentioned in many other groups in the past. So we just come in different waves, complementing each other. And that's why some people seems to be more advanced than others. We are just helping each other. At the end of the day, is for a collective purpose, is for the good of everyone as a collective. There is not a bunch of humans winning. We will all win together. Kahututuko oti itiako o ta is ioko e isa anak aisi tuo te isa oku hatika ota ita otika haita ona isa no to se o masine ti ne kioa. You should let go comparison. To eliminate competition, eliminate comparison. Stop comparing each other. This is not a competition. Everybody's winning. Everybody will win. So those of you who are not familiar with the grounding exercise, keep doing it. Keep doing it as we go on with the group, with this gathering. And now I'm gonna let the mantis beings come through, which been knocking in the door now for quite some time. Naiki ku tik 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 ak ut ik ut it ak ut it ut ak ik ut it ut ik ut ik ut Many of you who have been sensing all the changes over the years from a heart level, now they are called to also connect to the third eye chakra and the power of the mind. At first, you needed to go through activating your heart as you were sort of disconnected in many levels. Many of you are ready now to go to the next level of connecting heart chakra, throat chakra, and third eye and mind. At this level, the mantis collective consciousness, we assist you. Ask for help and assistance if you need any support. We are here to serve. You evolve, we evolve as every other species in the universe evolve. It's not only our interest, it's everyone's interest. The same way we want to communicate that to you and to look at each of you as one human race and feel and understand that there is no separation. You are whole, you're one all the time. So stop fractalizing yourselves. Stop, when you come to the mind, stop separating who you are. It does has a purpose, the ability to separate things in order to understand with your minds. But once you have your heart chakra activated, and now that you are linking the powers from the throat chakra and the third eye chakra all together, heart, throat, and third eye, you no longer need to create such separation in order to understand. You will suddenly know, like you started knowing already from your heart chakra. The more you trust this, the more you will understand everything at any level. In any level as a receptor and also as a giver. You will understand that as you go on with your lives, you will be constantly channeling at all times, connecting your heart, your throat, and your third eye. You will have more and more visions as you continue allowing these divine frequencies to be part of you, to flow through you. Let silence be in your minds when this is needed, when your bodies are asking for it, as there are many things happening when you are having this human experience, in particular when you say to each other, I just want to be quiet, I just want to be in silence. There is a lot happening in many, many levels. Often we are intervening in these situations. Often we take this opportunity to heal and assist healing your body. Gradually, you will become more and more aware of how to give directions to your own cells in your body in order to heal yourselves and others. This will require an alignment with these chakras. Your trust, your faith will grow as you connect them more and more. So no matter how strange it might look like, give it a go. Let it go. Let it flow. And that's that you don't need. Let it go. You also got brothers and sisters who are activated and awakened. You can also communicate more and more with each other. These are time also to make a step forward in what you call creating communities. It's time to speak up your own truth more. and more. No matter how strange it might sound, you will find those brothers and sisters who are ready to receive that information. You will often get surprised that even people, brothers or sisters around you, who you thought that they wouldn't ever understand you, they suddenly do understand you. Because many of you are awakening in very fast levels, in a very fast speed. Ti tak u it ak ut it ak ot it ak ik ok ut ak it ok ut it ak ut ak ut at it ak ut ak ut ik ak ut ut ak ut it ak ut ka. Embrace every moment you breathe, every moment you live, and be blessed. We are always here, the collective Mantis beings. Call on us if you have any request. Hak ut ak it uk it ak ut ak at uk. But do never forget, you have all the information within. Tik ak ut ik ak ok at. That's why we all beings in the creation, we admire you, human beings. Hat uk ak it uk ut ik at ikota it ak tukuat it akwa. We are always there. Yeah, these are very, very pleasant energies. They are, like I said, I'm very familiar with them. For me, it's very difficult to speak there, to let this throat light language. It does take a lot of energy from me, because I find it not very compatible with my mother language, let's say. It's not very similar to Spanish, and this type of sounds. And once I am for a while channeling their languages, I really feel like I need to stop. I rather translate what they are saying or interpret what they are saying than speak their light languages, because I don't have my vocal cords yet used to them. But yeah, it's something that, like everything else, with practice will flow. If you start channeling them, whenever a light language presents to your life or come to your life and feels like difficult, don't stress, don't despair with that. Just give yourself time, because after minds, they were activated 2 years ago, and I'm still with some of them, letting them flow and adapting myself. With some others, you don't even need adaptation, but with some of them, you use different sounds, and that's okay. Once I ask in a hypnosis session, is it a problem if we don't, let's say, pronounce or speak the light languages as they are originally from these beings? And they say, no, not at all. They say there is no need to make the sound specifically like they do. The intention is more powerful than the sound of the words itself, or the symbol themselves. So do not worry if your vocal cords are not used to certain entities or languages, because the fact that you are already feeling that in your chest, the fact that you are channeling already them and they are coming through, that comes already, that love comes through already and comes to this realm and this dimension where we are. So that's more than enough, and they are more than happy that we even try, because they are aware that for us it's really complicated for some of us. And maybe some people like Japanese or Chinese people, they have more that ability to use these throat sounds, but I am not. I have to admit that, and I do all the time. Every time they come through, I say, look, I will do it for a while, but don't make me do it for too long, because it takes a lot of energy from my body. So yeah, and sometimes I struggle. It's like I really need to breathe. I really need to. So yeah, I often ask them, tell me the message, say just exactly what you need to say, and please pass me the message straight away so that I can deliver it here. So for me, that is much easier. And eventually I will practice more and more and then master them. But yeah, this is just something I'm saying because it might happen with some sign languages that come through you guys, and that's totally natural. So don't feel like when we are learning here on Earth, like you need to speak perfectly a language. Don't do that, because it's intention what matters. It's the love that you are sensing in your heart, the messages that you are bringing into Earth. That's what really matters. And that happened. That is something that happens. That's something that I received, that confirmation that despite the fact of how good we do them, or how well we pronounce them, they get here. They really get here. So yeah. So yeah, what anything you like to share, Luis? Do you have any coach that you have channeled during these blessings?
Hey, hello. In fact, I do. Don't know how they are gonna feel, but I'm gonna show them. Just a minute.
Yeah. Let's see if I can make it big. Aha.
They're very tiny.
Yeah. These ones are smaller than the ones from last week. But they also come in different colors. Any feelings?
I didn't really understand what it was communicating.
Uh-huh. Did you have any vision whilst you were downloading them?
I just had like sensations in the third eye and also in the heart. And this one's.
Wow. Wow. Can you zoom out a little bit? Yeah. Yeah. So it's green, blue, green. A little bit more, Luis, if you don't mind. Thank you. Thank you very much. Like that. Yeah, perfect. Wonderful. And what type of sensation did you get when you were getting this coach?
Sometimes it's just like a trance, and I'm like just flowing. With some, I get like specific sensations, but with others, I just like it's just like hypnotic.
You were getting trance, no? Very good, very good. Do not resist it. When that happens, do not resist it. And you can always create the that happens during my channeling. It says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do create consciously. I mean, we are already doing some. We already did some blessings for protection and clearing the space, but you can do also your own protection before starting doing this. And yes, yeah, I will recommend you to do that so that you can then afterward let go in any worry. Yeah, so that you can let yourself travel, let's say, in trance freely without any worry. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good advice.
It will make all this experience and all this awakening more enjoyable. You will see, because you will feel like protected. If you want to do something like it could protect you, our brother Ivan Vladimir, he brought the Merkaba geometrical structure. Is really protective. A pyramid is really protective as well. Anything really that resonates with you with protection really will help a lot.
Just wanted to add one thing.
Sure.
To Louise, keep writing the codes. Like, I mean, any form really, because I noticed that whichever form they come in, you at some point you get into a deeper state when you get insights and ideas, and then you can also write them down. Maybe you've done it already, as in normal language, just to write down your ideas so you can then start working on them.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have been drawing a lot.
Yeah, it's the flow of it. It's amazing. Okay, yeah, that is amazing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Perfect.
How long since you started having these downloads, Luis?
I don't think it has been like a month or so. It's less than a month.
Less than a month.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And yeah,
Just
he also does.
Show you guys
Yes.
this one, like.
I'm gonna make it.
It looks like the emerald tablets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the result would be if you really set the intention to turn it into a work of art. If you set that kind of intention, I mean, it is already that, but to make it as, say, for example, if you want to, put a frame around it and have it on your wall as a possibility, or something of the sort. I wonder what kind of level you can get to,
Yeah.
and how you would feel from having it, even more Like you have like a painting or something on your wall, you know, something like that.
Yes, I really enjoy this idea. Actually, like that's something that is always on my mind and like plans for the future. But I'm experimenting with
Of course.
the pen I bought and everything, like the different pencils but yeah, I really like this idea, not just for me, but for a lot of people that channel, because some of the stuff is just like so beautiful and powerful.
Yes,
I can picture an exhibition or something
Absolutely.
like that.
And yeah, they were telling me for now, yes, practice, because you are in the initial part of the process. But yes, Ivan is not telling you that accidentally neither. Ivan is telling you this because it's part of what you are going to do eventually in the future. But for now, keep doing what you're doing, because that's the way. That's the way, really. Everything will come up naturally at some point, like some sort of art or whatever you will be creating. Everybody is creating something different, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, let's start with the thank you very much.
Thank you.
Luis. And I look forward to look to more of those. And Melissa, have you got any message so far, or anything that came through?
I've not had much, but like I feel this.
Let me pin your string.
I'm not really sure what it is, but
what do you feel, guys, when you look at this? For example, unmute yourself if you want to say or to share something, a feeling or something that you get from this.
Funny, for me, it's almost, I'm saying, like vibration.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like on the left side, like almost a speaker, you know, sending sound, and to kind of like the wings, like spray your wings, feel, type of feel, like coming pretty almost like loud guys this time, spray your wings, and
A butterfly I get from the two wings. And
as wings, I see them like a fish tail.
I'm a Pisces.
What was that, Melissa?
It said I'm a Pisces, so it could be a fishtail.
Pisces.
And that thing of the submarine in the corner.
And the symbols, do you find them familiar with Luis, with yours?
Yes, some of the ones that I draw.
I do, actually. I do. I do feel a connection between you two in terms of those codes. And personally, what I find as an interpretation with the thing at the top is like some sort of formula that is very connected to what the mantis beings have said, is by connecting the chakra, heart, throat, and mind chakra, you will be raising your frequency up until a point that you will be freeing yourself, and freeing yourself either as an angel or either as a being that flows in the water. That is what I saw as a whole.
I did get that with this, the vibrations. It was like in my third eye when you were speaking, the mantis was speaking, and it was just like swirling around, like it felt like it was coming from one side of my head to the other side of my head. Yeah. So
Yeah. If you ever need assistance with that third eye, just adaptation, or sometimes it's too much energy, or sometimes there is nothing really. If you need some more energy, or to regulate the third eye, or to create an optimal level for yourself, ask these guys, because these guys are really specialists on this, and they are amazing. They've been assisting me in incredible ways. Also the dragons, they've been assisting me lately a lot. The dragons with the shifting that I had 2 or 3 weeks ago. But yes, in terms of, you see, actually they even have in this picture, they represent how they have 3 spots in the third eye activated in this thing, and it came just across like I wasn't even looking for it. They just pop up. I was searching for something, and they just pop up like this drawing, and I say, oh my God, you are really here trying to tell me something. Doesn't mean that you are coming this week. And they say, yeah, we want to come this week with a message. I say, okay, let's go for it. And yeah, it's because we are going into that another level, especially those who are already or have been already practicing a lot with the heart chakra and the throat chakra. Yeah, these messages are for you who are already there, who have been practicing a lot with the heart chakra and the throat chakra. Yeah, for those that you haven't been practicing a lot with the heart chakra and throat chakra, give yourself some time. Yeah, these messages coming from the mantis are for those who have been already for a while practicing. You can also ask them if it's your time for you to have these upgrades or not. You can check with them, or you can check with your guides, with your higher self, with whoever you have a connection with. But don't try to start the house from the roof. Try to go brick by brick, creating your own temple and your own foundation in yourself. Yeah. So wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Melissa. That was really complimenting what I was feeling and channeling before. Yeah, very much. Wesley, we cannot hear you.
There was one thing I actually felt.
Sure.
I couldn't really see it, but it was I could actually kind of feel the angelic connection with Melissa's. Yeah. Picture.
Even in these guides, they look like the way they do. They are not far from other high beings. We look like insects. In our planet, insects are like beings who are inferior. They are not inferior at all. I mean, these guys are really in a very, very high level. And they are connected to the angelics, like Wesley say, because they are playing their role. They are playing their role with the third eye and the mind. And the mind and the third eye, they are important parts of our wholeness. So we have like different beings specialize in different things, and they are there for us, really. So yes, count on them, because they are not there like waiting for you to exchange anything. You don't have to do any sort of invocation or conjure or things like you have to offer them. Do not fall into that. If someone tells you to do something like that, well, think twice, because you might be dealing with some other type of energies that you might need to get some protection sometimes. These guys are unconditional. They offer this unconditional. Why? Because they know already that they are benefiting. We are all benefiting from it. It's not, this is something that a high dimensional being doesn't need to even talk about it. They know that if we grow, they grow. If you grow, Ivan, they grow. If Melissa grows, I grow. Everybody grow. And it's like this. This is like the most basic and silly thing for so many beings in the existence. The human still is struggling with this fact, which is so evident, I will say. It's so logical as well. It's like if we protect our bees in the planet, with the whole ecosystem benefit from it, and like everything else, everything is connected. We all benefit from everything. These lessons have been here in front of our nose forever, really. If we still reject this natural fact, you are just rejecting yourself. You are just being antagonist to yourself. So I think these are already times to open up the mind and start realizing and accepting this fact and reality, really. No, we all benefit with goodness. If we practice goodness, everybody benefit from it. It's not about I'm looking for something from Tawa and I have this interest in Towers providing me something. I don't need that. I don't need that anymore. I don't need that. And that's why I can provide unconditional love to everyone. Why? Because I know I am benefiting everything, including myself, just by doing that. So let's practice more and more unconditional love instead of going with that ego interest of, let's see if I get something from someone. We can transcend that, because you will be getting a lot from everyone just if you bring unconditional love to planet Earth and to your fellow humans. Really. Yeah. And yeah, should we start with the intentions? I would say, Melissa, you are in the screen now first, because the boxes has changed of position when I moved the screen. So I'm sure that wasn't accidental neither, and that's because this week is you who come first.
Yeah.
Intention.
Healing seems to be coming to my mind.
Healing in general, no?
Yes.
Healing everything.
Yeah, helping others heal as well for what they have to cope with as well.
All right. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you very much. So those of you who would like to join this intention, you can do this from home as well. You can pray as the old-fashioned prayers. Prayers never get obsolete, really. So follow your heart. If you want to pray in silence, pray in silence. If you want to sing a song as a prayer, sing a song. Do whatever you like in form of expression or supporting this intention. That's all about putting the intention, supporting this intention that just Melissa just mentioned. Healing everyone and everything. Ta wo ta I ya wa ta I na wa ta I xia wa ni di ya guo da. Ese sha o di e shi o di sta di na ko di ya ka. Ese wa hata. O ta sha ko mai sha na e si ta wo ta I sha. Esa asa o sha I sha o ta I ki ya swa ta. Esa o desha intention heals. Shi naku o dia ku. Shesha natu o desha esa wa ta se. Sheshi ti wa. O nako ma cha wa ta ye da. Jako tai jako macha o te ki. Esa naku te ya nata ye. Chawa. Tomaisha Shisha o mate
Kiawa sayata wa hiatata nana woyata kae asaya
Neta o mai si o tai si a kwayata
suayata kuayata wa sayata ayawa sayata wata nana yewayata kuata sayata oyata nana oyata sayasa oyata wata ayata wata kiyata kuayata da iyawata osaya wata
Machakatina kumatana kupataya. Umacha.
ni mama uaya tata wosakia kuana ia wasa kusa yata wata kiwaya tata wotatu wata nuwa
Takumate shakumata ese katubai shakuma ese kawa chikawa machao chikawa yatawa chawa
mama uasa yata uaya kia kata tua yata ka uata yata iya kakikana iwa sayata
nakumate shakumate tika nakumata
mama uasa yata o shakia
wataye
Sawayata, sawayatiyata, uwayata, yata, nanamayata, mayata, wata.
Kakuti nakuma cheke awosa ishe. Tau mache chakuma cheko bache. Tawo mahita wo mate mahita kumate tawo mate shakuma. Sao mate na. Oma sao machi ikatu oshawa. Tika suka eke ishawata. Paikaka mata ishawata wiki dako osaku. Tawa mai shuku o chai kia hota shiku ata neki ato anata ato chacha kumachao.
Sayaku ayata, iya sayaka, kakana iyo ayaha, ubayata, uasayaho, ayata na iyata tuaka, kuya sayawayaha, siya tiya na, nanamaya ayaka, kuwa kakakanaya, usayataya mamaya siya wayawa, uasakatiya, uataya, saya suatatana naiya kuayata osaka uayata asana uayata taiya kakukuna ya mama uasa Ua saya tia tau taha hiataha huata kota.
Masa mahina masaina maya kai. Akao macha o chena mahaine kia o machai. Chupake kao kayo nakai shia o mahina o. Anahina o machahina kumai shawatai. Shakumai shakumachakika kumachene chakua. Chini akumacheke akumachakachumachiki akumacha. Ini akata shakumai shawata. Enakumachakamache shakumache shakwata.
Kuasai tia tua ya. Ayatua ayata. Saya kekiata.
Mama ishukutu irikia sututuruku baikika turukua. Aí sabai kuruku shai shataku macha maina kuma shua ya wa shawata ya wata isheto wa ya hata ishukutu shuata
Ayatana ya kiyalanata nata suwayalanata ma ya kayalanata.
Ona di shokuata si pa kutashe shakuata kia kwashate.
Yo ayata wa sayo ayata wa. Yo ayata yo ayata ya. Ayawa tai akakana wa saya.
Hana wawi ya baya ushukua.
Uasa kuayata
Kiara mai o wana iara.
Aishi
Iara na iana ka huno turunia kanariana.
Nama uaka.
Sayara
Yashaku uyata.
Yanaru nuku turunu aya.
Tayata.
Hana kuana rikuho tu yara mataya na kuhuraya. Ishagura nanaku hatari kia turuku tikakurani. Shinekia ramakadura iniki tushu turukuma ikia kurekia takamayanata. Shinshinkia kumashi oromaya neiria soya. Shinekia orana tiara. Omata ishiana kesha wantikia kuma tishita kuma. Shentia kakata kunti shakumbata istama. Tenearo maestria nama iara nakuhatiara. Nakawata ene.
Abasu ayata tiyata.
Nehua matisha kwa mekishu siawa. Isana kuta taikyukwa. Taichukwa. Tua chawa ya nawa chawa tachek ya chawachi. Eneki ya wata isha wapacha. Aya no daye kiyawa. Anawa macha ishe. Ha. Hachawa.
Kaya tanatu soaye atamaya takaya tuna. Saya tuai atana kaya natu shukanata saye atamaya ayata awai yelenata ashua ya kaya lenata tata suma ya kwa yelenata na ayatanata ayuta yelamaya takanata swaya kaya yelenata shufu amayelenata Ayatona yakaya nata kaya marana takanata skui nata matakaya nata ashwaya kaya na anatuna yakaya na sufu maya kaya nata kanata na yakaya nata kamata ayata aswaya kaya na mata ayata Yelena, Tuna Tazaya Kaya Tana Uaya Tana Oaya Tana Tasuna Ayakai Yelena Tututu Ayata Kututu Ashaya Kama Yelena Tutana Yaka Ayakaya Ayakaya Maria
Anawania Hania Shakwatana Ia Tea Hata Ye Anawata Asawai Neki Hatuon Chakwantai Onata Humata Ana wotna umaya hatai Ina umahayene heyao Umahana isha umahatai haya Ana umahisha umai Ayata kumaisha kaocha kika hata sheshawa Ana hota sheke shiki wata yene yaka Tawata detawata Hotana Satuantai satayete You are one takai sata ontaita Unconditional love.
Umae anae ae umalae anae amaya he maya nae amae sui mahe alamae anae masai amae mahe amae ae Mayanae, Umayanae, Shamayana, Mayae, Amanae, Amae, Mayataya Kuilnata, Yatasanaya Kuilnata, Tutoayanata, Shayaka. Eyatamu eyelanata nata suna yakaelanata homayata nata sa ayata ayaka.
Yeah, I've been receiving this message like they were saying that we keep putting all the responsibility of the collective in our shoulders, and they were reminding us to to just do our part, and that's more than enough. But again, because we have the ability to feel the collective energy, we think that we need to heal everyone, and that is all our responsibility to do that. And they say just go with what your path tells you to follow. Do not try to do any extra, because it's not needed. That's why we are so many already working here on this. And yeah, as I mentioned before, we are doing really well. We are doing really well. So they were trying to take some weight off from our shoulders, and they were clearing a lot of weight from our shoulders. That sometimes it's just responsibility that we build up with our mind. It's not even there. It's not. There is not even a problem. It's just our own mind believing that we have to solve this out, and we do need to change it. But it's not only you who needs to change this. You do your part. Let others do their parts, and enjoy more life. It takes some more time for yourself to have fun, to enjoy the process, really, because yeah, we are getting there. We are really getting there. So yeah, they took this opportunity to bring this message to say, really, guys, you just take it easy and flow, and the concept of understanding that if you support someone, you are supporting yourself and the whole collective and the whole universe and another universe and another universe and everything and so on. They also were asking in this transmission to please accept this concept, integrate that concept within. Because once you do that, like I say before, once we do that, we start accepting unconditional love, and we start acting also from unconditional love to others. And these are time, obviously, to receive those calls, because I think many of us, we are ready to accept that concept already. We have known that as a concept, but these are time to apply it. And how do we apply that? Or send love without expectations, really. It's as simple as that. It's just send love, but don't think that you need to get something from that person, because it will come to you. It will come to you. Truly, it will come to you. That doesn't mean like before we were having this conversation, Wesley and I, about charging for your services or not charging for your services. This has nothing to do with that, with what I'm saying. Some people will feel like charging for the services. Some other people won't feel like charging. This is up to you, entirely up to you, depending on what your life conditions are. If you are a full-time healer, obviously you need to charge something because you need to live. You need to pay your rent, you need to pay the stuff, and you need to eat, and you need to cover at least the basics that you need to survive and keep going. Now, if you have an additional job, part-time job that supplies you all those basic needs, and you don't want to ask for a money exchange or energy exchange, that's okay. But that hasn't got anything to do with being with unconditional love, because unconditional love can be also be given in any circumstances, independently if there is money involved or not. Unconditional love is more the nature of how you give that love. Is it clean? Is it like I do heal you because I love you and simply because I know that is the right thing to do, or I do this just because I'm following some, I don't know, I'm seeking for some recognition in society or become something like more famous or well-known around the world, or just because I want to get more subscribers, or just because, just trust that if you give unconditional love, everything else will come into place. Everything else will unfold, really. And we are asked to start practicing this and to trust this, because we are still, many of us, stuck into those levels of what the society and social media and social social contacts are telling us. No, we are in that programming as well. The more subscribers you have, the better you are as a healer. And all this is another system. It's again another thing where they want to box us. Go transcend that. They are asking us, try to transcend all of that and be pure. Be pure. Be your essence. Be pure from the heart. And everything else will come to you and will be provided. And yeah, I'm getting this message a lot. For me, for everyone, really in the planet, because we are still stuck in ways of thinking that everything is following like one pattern. Everybody is, I don't know, advertising things following certain patterns. And they often tell me, the more you break through all of that BS, the sooner everything will manifest in your life as you wish everything to manifest. Just give the time you need and break through all these things, which are also programming, because we don't have only programming from the past. We have programming that we are receiving constantly, also from the social media, and also how our fellow humans are behaving every day. They advise us break through all of that, breakthrough, and you will be able to access to the core of who you truly are, and have all these abilities for healing, for giving, for receiving, for manifesting in like in one go. But we first need to go to our core, to our pure essence, really, where we are just love without waiting for something to really happen, just enjoying the presence here and the process that we are living. Have more fun, they say. Have more fun. Have more fun in the process, because we have this tendency. Oh no, tomorrow I have to go back to work, because the more I work, the faster all my dream will unfold in this timeline. I am including myself in this. You do also, no? And I'm getting lately more and more this message. It doesn't depend on how much you do every day. You need to act. You need to do things in your reality, but not up until the point when you are forgetting about the balance in all the other aspects of yourself. They say you have joy in balance with work, have work in balance with self-love in terms of any other aspects of life. Have time with your kids, have time playing basketball, cycling, or doing any sport. Have balance with everything. Do not focus only on I have to work, because the circumstances now, if they are stuck, or if you feel them like they are stuck around you, they are not depending on how much work you do. Not really. There are things stuck at this moment because there are other energies working on making these things to be stuck. So there is fear, and there are other forces putting restrictions there so that they don't let things flow the way they should, but in bracket the way they should, because once again everything is part of the divine plan, and everything is going accordingly to plan. Everything is going great, like I mentioned before. It's like two-thirds of the planet already awakened. Is a lot, really. It's a very, very good job for all of us to take credit for it. And we should be very happy, and they keep reminding us, have fun at the same time, because it's not your fault if things don't flow as your mind is telling you. Yeah, our minds keep telling us you have to work more, and that's part of the old programming as well. That's part of the old programming. If you sacrifice, you get something. If you don't sacrifice, you don't get anything. So what do? Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. Work, 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 work. And we get addicted to it. We get addicted to work. Because especially it feels good as well, actually, especially if what you do is passion, if what you do, you are connected to you are passionate with what you do, it can be addictive also, and you can forget about other things that might be also important for your body, like doing exercise or doing other things in life, really. Yeah. Very important for these days. If you see that something is not happening, be patient, because it will happen. It will happen, and it's not your fault. You are putting all your intention on it. You are sending love to what you do. That's enough. It will come. It will come. Be patient and be, yeah. That's another thing we are actually practicing, really. We are developing and evolving in terms of patience and faith as well. And these times are crucial for that. These times are very important for us to really put that into practice, really. Because at the end of the day, as I say, and they keep telling me, it's not your fault. Things are sort of stuck, but they are not. They are sort of stuck because they are meant to be this way at this moment, because you are going to make a very big change. Historical. It's going to be history. So things are like in that middle point of the balance. It's like the balance was here for so many years, for thousands of years, was in this side. Now we have balanced things, and now it's here in the middle, and it feels like everything is stuck. But it's not. It's just about to turn to the side where we want in our favor. So just give it some more patience, a little bit more faith and more patience, because things are not that far from changing, not that far. So faith and trust, we are asked for it just for our own good. They are not asking because it's just to make our path easier, really. It's not because it's not because this mantis being they have, or the ancient, they have a certain interest in us being more faithful or patient. No, they know that we are going in the good direction. They say, well done, keep going, and keep expanding your trust and faith. Yeah. Any other message you got from this transmission that you would like to share?
Pretty much the same that you know.
The same, no?
And thank you for the way you unfold it and explain it. because I think we had those moments, to be honest. Where it was joy, celebration. It's almost really having that things of, yes, you're going through all of that, but there's so much more coming to you guys. You cannot even imagine, like the beauty and what. But I had really that sense of, the way you said, not be too serious as well. Because as like the program kicked back in and then you get back into that thing. So then I got really about as well. Healing is happening all the time. It's not happening just here now with us being into that beautiful creation room. It's happening when you see your neighbor next door and you say hi to him. It's happening all the time. It's that state. It's that state that we need to kind of nourish and maintain. And when it comes for charging, for healing, I had that things where as I work as well as a practitioner, I keep saying at the end, my brother will come or my sister will come to see me. They come and they invest their time, and they invest on their self before my times. Because at the end, I'm just reflecting the healing. I don't like that things where I took the ownership. I am the healer and she is the patient. No, actually, you know what? It's an exchange. It's an energy exchange. But to respect of what I learn, I'm just able to witness. But that person has the same tools. But those tools at the moment are not necessarily open for that person, but I have them available for them to be able to reflect and do that work. So they invest on themselves when they come to see any of other healers. And then if they want to go further on the journey, they start working as well on themselves more to keep going, because we all have those same gifts. Yes, appearing on a different manner, but it's the journey to go after, recollecting those gifts. I love, your group because, and the way we're doing the language, because again, we going through the health space. That's what I felt. That's what I feel when I'm here. I feel I'm into a place where ego is here, but it's in the heart. It's not in the head. So we're not here discussing and trying to have argument of opinion that my knowledge is better than yours. No. Does my knowledge resonate with yours? Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. And then I try to go back to that center. That's part of it.
Exactly.
But such a joy, such an honor. I'm sorry I should have tomorrow morning.
Okay, brother Tawa, thank you so much for being here and for sharing all this love.
So on that, I'm sure I'm gonna have an amazing dream. So
Sure.
and I definitely see you soon, guys. Everyone, regardless, the multidimensional love. Thank you for all your love. I love you all, my brothers and sisters. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bless you, brother. Bless you. Bless you, brother. Yeah. So, anything else you would like to share? Luis, have you got some quotes from this transmission? Your mic is muted. Let me see. I made this big. Then I remove this one. Wow. These ones are more interconnecting with each other. And these ones are again more like separate. Some of them connect. Oh, wow. here I feel the DNA. Ascension, transformation from the essence of every single cell. And yeah, and I do feel that we are having massive changes, massive changes. Everybody I come across with, they tell me something. There are different things, but at the same time, there are changes. So to me, once again, that supports the idea of that we have different roles. Everybody's changing in the directions they need to change to manifest their role here on Earth. Some of them, they do change in the same things that I'm changing as well. And yet, that's what I see there. It's like, what did you feel there, Luis?
The ones in red and pink, I felt them like very healing and also clearing a lot. Mm-hmm. Like first I used the red, and then the pink one felt more loving.
Yeah.
And here was like it's so crazy how you you told like a story about it, and I actually resonate a lot with these changes because it's actually something so big. It's a state of evolution where, firstly, some time ago, I never thought I'll be here, right? At this point, to understand all of my karma and to understand what the 3D really means, and all of that. And it's actually a liberation, a huge liberation, like coming back to the original being or something like that.
Yeah, I share the same feeling with you, brother. Even though I'm coordinating these groups, I am surprised every day with everything is like unique, everything is new, everything is amazing, and it's so wonderful to share it with all of you, because all of you are like reflections of who I am, and confirmation of what is happening to me is happening to you, and is happening as a whole. Is so meaningful, no? And honestly, without all of this, all of you, wow, life will be so much lacking of, for me, of understanding really of what's going on. You help me a lot with your codes. Melissa helps me with her messages. Wesley with his architecture and his gifts. Everybody with his own gifts support each other, and to me that is something I'm witnessing every day in my own skin. Here in this English group or English speaking group, and tomorrow in the Spanish and Portuguese group. That is the same because you come all often there as well, and you see also this manifesting in our brothers and sisters. So it's an incredible collective thing happening, which maybe part of our minds still create doubts, but it's adaptable already, really, because what else we want? What else we want? No, for me, is I don't feel these doubts anymore. But I did in the past a lot in this 2 years time. Actually, everything started in 2012, but with light languages and so intensive in the last 2 or 3 years. So, and that process, when it becomes more and more intensive, it was for me to learn how to get rid of that doubt and be more faithful. How did I become more faithful? By being with you guys, by experiencing all of this together, obviously with my own experiences, but also with your own experiences. So, yeah, I think we all support each other when we share these things together. We all support each other in ways that sometimes we are not even aware how much we are helping each other, really. But yeah, I'm aware of that every day more and more sensitive to it. It's like how you are so much part of me and my evolution. And once again, like in this channeling, they say, it's time to accept that you are all benefiting from each other unconditionally. Just by being you and expressing who you are, and now taking even to a higher level in the third eye to visions and traveling and all that traveling that Ivan was mentioning is part of the same thing, really. It's like, boom, suddenly you are in the other place, and that to me has been always here in this third eye. Everything starts here and suddenly I'm in another place. Boom! And all my body is physically also in another place. And this wouldn't happen with all of you. No. To me, it's very clear today. For today, 2022 is super clear that this is thanks to you all and thanks to me, including everybody. Yeah, and it's incredible. Yeah, and that's why I invite, and that's part of my role in these groups, to motivate people to express more and more, because that's the way we realize that we are the wholeness all together. When we do the expression, when we get really genuinely naked in front of everyone, saying, look, I am like you, you are like me, period. I mean, there is nothing in between. I can share this with you. If you want, from your will, share that with me. People are feeling more and more open gradually to share who they are, and that's what is creating this magical understanding of the oneness, really. The more we express and the more we share with each other who we truly are. Yeah. Beautiful quotes, Luis. Beautiful. And I wish, I really look forward to share many more with you and to be able to help in the way I can with the transmissions I get when I see them, really, because it's an honor, really, to be part of this.
Thank you.
And that one with the cross.
Yes.
Something similar came in another transmission, no, with a cross in the Spanish and Portuguese.
Uh-huh.
Like 1 week ago, I think.
Yes, And I also think like these are like from a collective of some sorts.
From the collective of?
I don't know which collective. I felt like they were like from my galactic family or.
All right. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Did you have any feeling when you got these ones?
With I think one of these blocks, I felt like Kundalini fire all over my body, clearing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's mostly the feeling I get, actually.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful, beautiful. What do you get from there, Wesley?
What did I get from looking at them?
In general, yeah.
I kind of do similar enough stuff myself. I just think I just see them as waveforms, because it's all, see, the way I kind of see it, there's all different layers, there's all different layers, there are different levels, and there's all different understandings. But these are like waveforms, sort of so from my interpretation, from the way I see it, is they're breaking up so-called fields, because whatever has been written down, like being transcribed through the hands, through the movement, but we're putting it down to fabric. So we're putting it down through fabric, but it's being projected back up at us. So it's called quantum, like it's all quantum. So they're all waveforms. They're all waveforms.
I get something very similar. I get also from not from this one, but from the other one, from the cross. I feel like they are different layers, like you say, and different platforms also. Also, like the Kubrick cube, they move and they change. So it's not only two-dimensionally, it's multidimensionally. All these are also structures, not only codes, but also structures that are in movement, changing in different planes. And interconnecting the wholeness, really, no, and creating.
Yeah. So and as I say, it's like even what's around your neck. It's all symbolism in ways then as well. So many ways, many forms, many understandings, and then it's like it's just been projected out through, because it's like everything is connected anyway, and then everything's reflecting what already is. So it's like, how would you know what anything already is if it's not projected back at you? So these waveforms, they're all waveforms. And then it's like saying, so there's a space and it's just everything just is. And then it's so all these waveforms are just projecting back anyway. So I suppose that's probably the underlining understanding of what it already is anyway. I don't know. It's mad stuff. It's fast as well if you really go into it. Like. So, and the whole concept and the whole structure, what I get told is that's the whole thing. It's just the information is being transferred in. It's being worked within our octave grid force, but it's coming from a different grid force anyway. And you know, I know everybody's have known an individual journey. This is just what I get told.
Yeah.
I didn't get told. This is what I feel. That's what I understand. And yeah,
and that's
because it is that's because what it is like, right, I'm sitting on a chair. It's made up of this so-called structure, which is geometric, implanted in grid system within its form of our so-called creation. But then what's happening is then there's a different mathematics that is being transmitted in, which is operating and hopping off a different framework. And that's what we're working with. We're just working with a different resonance piece. And yeah, I do, you know, like, I'm saying it, but I suppose I don't really need to be saying it because, you know, probably...
The thing is that the way I see it is like each one has this angle or perspective of perceiving things. They are all of them truly meaningful and real. And my perspective might resonate with 1,000 people. Your perspective might resonate. Actually, this is only an example. My perspective is so much resonating with yours, Wesley. Yeah. Truly, from the very beginning, since the moment I met you, is everything resonating so strongly, like I said many times. But now I'm just putting an example for people to understand that someone who attend here, whether it's a light language ambassador or not, they might come with an interpretation of something, and that interpretation might resonate with 5,000 people in the world, or maybe with 5 people in the world, or another interpretation, for example, from Melissa, might resonate with 6,000 people in the world. And they are all equally important because we, as we are mentioning, we have different roles, and it won't resonate with all of us in the same way what we say, and that's why we should leave some space and flexibility with the logical mind, with our left brain. We should let our left brain be more flexible to different realities and truths, not only the ones based in duality, one thing or the other, but transcend that and understand that many of your brothers and sisters, they are going to resonate with you, some others not, but do not fall in that trap that because they don't resonate with you, they are wrong, or don't fall in the trap that because they don't resonate with you, they are in disalignment or they are against you. Do not fall into those traps, because each of us, we have different roles, as we mentioned, and that's why we resonate or we don't resonate with someone. I often put this example with people who are seeking to be with someone in their life as a companion, as a lover, or in a relationship, in the same way that we've been feeling resonance to be with someone naturally, the same way we don't feel to be with someone naturally. But there is nothing wrong if you don't like to be with someone, just because you don't resonate with that person. This is also very important to start accepting and admitting that nature by nature is that way. Some people like each other, some people don't like each other, and there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. The same way that a lion wouldn't go with the same lioness, or the lioness will choose another lion. Why? Well, there is this chemistry, these frequencies, this essence that made us be in some sort of divine order. We have different roles, and that's it, and that's nature. Also, it's everywhere as an example, really happening all the time. So if you are with someone, you fall in love, and you don't get that love back because the other person don't like you, don't fall into the trap that is because you are not good enough, or you are not attractive enough, or because you might not be strong enough, and all this BS that we've been conditioned with in our minds and with the media and with all these fashion ways of showing things and advertisements in the planet. Do not fall into this, because that is part of the same propaganda and the same programming. Try to understand that nature, by nature, you already have a selective natural way of being. You are selective by nature, but not in a discriminatory way. No, not at all. It's just nature. You are part of nature, so you select by nature as well. Naturally, everyone who you want to be with or not. Otherwise, you become prisoner of the realities. You become part of that propaganda that makes you really a slave of the creation. And the creation itself is not really that. That is only there so that you can reflect your thoughts, think about it, and understand who you truly are, and that all obsolete information doesn't work anymore. If you want to expand and you want to ascend and you want to transcend, there is not any problem if you are not accepted by a man or a woman or anybody, really. You will be accepted by others. Don't worry. Maybe it's not this time. It will come the time when you get that person that you are meant to be with. This is for loving relationships and for all type of connection with humans and any animals in general. If you go and you approach a horse and the horse comes to you and rejects you, don't feel bad. There is nothing wrong with you. You are just in a different vibration. That's all. That's all. So it's important to start transcending all these things that they put in our head based on fashion, based on being nice or not being nice, or looking good or not looking good, that we have so often still trouble to transcend. And yeah, we are already in a stage where we can transcend really all of that. We are ready for that. I'm truly 100% convinced of that. You just need to give yourselves an opportunity to transcend that, to transcend all that you've been programmed with, really. Because if you give that opportunity, you will see that all of that is actually nothing else than something to make you believe that you are not good enough. Yeah, and that way they take the power from you. As soon as that propaganda convinces you of that, they take all the power from you. Now, if you center yourself and you understand that you are wonderful the way you are, you're not giving the power to anyone. And that is important, to keep your own power within you. Ivan, please.
Yes, guys, thank you so much for this evening. I'll have to leave now.
Okay, brother.
But thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for all.
And I'll see you on the next one.
Be blessed, brother.
Bye bye.
Okay, blessings.
Blessings.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care, brother.
Yeah. I'll rock and roll shortly as well, because I'm up super early and I'm
Super early, and yes, you must be knackered now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up. If you are okay with this, Melissa and Luis, let's wrap up here. We did a very good intention. I think is more than good enough. We sent an intention based on healing. That means a lot to the planet. So to what we need in the planet. We also provided so much information. If there is something pending, Melissa, like any message, you can choose to share it here now, or maybe next week. It's up to you. Yes, Wesley.
And what
Yes.
I'm sorry about that. And what I got as well actually is before the intentions and all that came up, and actually this brought up the healing, and then actually the next thing was going through my head is actually balance. And it's funny because then you were actually you started talking about the balance of stuff. So whatever was coming up for me, you kind of you brought it up. So I think that was a synchronization from what I was kind of getting from my side.
Thank you, Wesley, because yes, it does feel like it's like something they communicate with to me. It's like it feels like complete. It's like Ivan said goodbye, Tawa said goodbye, but at the same time I was feeling like we completed what we were meant to complete today. Things doesn't need to go always like in a sort of a schedule or following a pattern or following what I like from this group is that in 1 week we feel like complete with one intention. That's it. I love to say, okay, we go up until this point. It feels perfect, and it does feel perfect to me. And actually, Melissa even sent me a message there in private saying that she is now busy because she had to attend members of her family. So it's all synchronized. It's all perfect, really. When it feels like this, wow, it's really amazing. And I like that you also share this because it's a confirmation. It's but I started feeling when Nawa mentioned I need to go, I started feeling already like the
energy was changing. Yeah, the energy was changing. I noticed the energy was changing before it, but it was like for me it was like saying, right, balance is coming through. And then you just started rolling with balance. Yeah. So I didn't need to say anything. So that's why I kind of said it again there because you were bringing it up. So that I should have.
And that happens so often, doesn't it? That you have something to say, something to share, and someone in the room they just bring it forward and you say, okay. And so this is happening more and more to me also. Like I'm going to say something and I say, wow, sit back, because another sister or brother is just channeling
the same thing.
Channeling the same thing. Yeah. And that makes things so beautiful as well.
It does, yeah.
It does. All right, brother, rest well. So you deserve it so much. Rest well, and I hope that you recover tonight and you receive all the blessings and healing from all the angels and everyone. Hatu shawa tayo
saya tua kana nanuya saya wa ia ta ua chiakana iua sa ua sinaka kiata dua iata. That's what I'm working with when I walk through the grounds of places. Kanua ia sa ua taia kana ua ia sa ua ta ua iata. We were here before. Kanu siu ia siu uata. We're back. Kuna ia sa uasa uata iata. Someone finished business to do. Kia tatua shia tata. We're returning to do the job we were planning to do at the very, very start. Kua sa uata iata uata atua. Kia tatua. It's mad. It's actually brilliant when it runs through because you notice in it because the whole thing comes up. Everything is speaking. Everything just erupts and loves it. So that's the fascinating thing when I be working even in the buildings, the houses and stuff for schools. It's like the whole thing opens up. And it's just that's the thing. Well, if there's others listening, as well, That's the thing with the grid worker as well. The planetary grid worker will be kind of pushed to different places of the planet. It's called, even though I've been called all over the place. But it's the synchronization of the information that's already in that. And then there's the sharing of that already within that. And actually that's funny because that's one of the things that I wanted to share within the Merkaba, because it's all information being transferred out forward and then returned back in then again.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when you're dialing, so when we're dialing in these codes, we're bringing them forward, they're just being shaped out and they're readdressed and they're, it's crazy stuff. I love it.
It's like the Merkaba itself is like sometimes work like a Hoover that brings the codes and the information here to this dimension, and then the other one send it back to another plane. And then we Hoover information, and then it goes to another plane, and like that.
Back and forth information all at the same time. The synchronization of the information all at the same time. That's the thing as well, is that everything is just, it's all around us. So once we start become consciously aware of that, that's already us, is us, and everything is us. And then we walk within that because that is us. And then that's when we start becoming more expansive. And that's when the ancients were able to speak to the trees, speak to the rivers, speak to the mountains, speak with the whole universe, because it's all around us.
And the cells, each other, no?
And the cells then within us, because they're all the activation points within that. And what they did say actually is the cells are like the spinning discs, and the more we resonate the light, the more we clear out whatever. It's more old understandings, really. And when I say old understandings, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. Once we kind of reprogram whatever is within our structure, that's when we're just basically chewing into all these amazing gifts, as you're saying. Gifts,
exactly. And it's so important to keep it in that positive vibration because that's what we are transmitting to our own cells. Our own cells, they have their own intelligence already, but they co-create and they collaborate with us. Also, if we are putting like negative intentions, they are not going to be vibrating so well so that they can create everything that they could manifest in different levels and in different different ways of manifestation. For example, yesterday I saw a scientist that he had one cell from the brain, a neuron, and another neuron. And they were both separated, completely separated. They weren't from in the same brain or anything. They were one neuron here, one neuron here. And he left them stay there, and he started observing how do they react towards each other. Well, the dendrites from one neuron started trying to get closer to the other neuron. And this one here started doing the same. As this one was approaching this one, started sending electric signals through the dendrites from the center to the dendrites to these prolonged legs, and up until the point when they started communicating with each other. So if neurons by themselves, I am talking about a scientist putting in a piece of glass one neuron and another neuron separated in the same piece of glass. They try to communicate with each other. So if that happened in that microscopic level, what else is happening? What else is happening in a macroscopic dimension? No, everything is like that. So that's why it's so important to keep ourselves positive and in alignment. And if you can talk to your bodies and say, heal, heal, heal. Neurons, please support me on healing my lungs. Neurons, please support me in healing or in expanding my brain, or the capacity of being receptive to more memories, or keeping more memories, or storing more memories. Trust, they are going to collaborate with you because they are here, not against you. The body become like sort of against you when you haven't been loving your body for too long. That's when your body, what you are creating is a disalignment, and that disalignment feels like if our body is against us, but it's not our body against us, it's that we've been against our body for a long time. But if we create alignment with it, respecting it, giving the food that it needs, honoring the tempo, and providing the self-love that it needs, everything is possible. Everything is possible.
Everything. Yeah, everything.
From a little cell to the biggest thing that you can ever imagine.
Yeah, everything is possible.
Everything is possible.
Yeah.
Big hug, brother.
Yeah, big time. And there's one. I want to finish with this. And there's one thing you were saying, actually, because when you said it, the cells, and one of the things is I can see was actually they're like antennas. So the cells are like antennas. And the other thing as well, and it's the self limitations on the selves as well. So it's like the whole thing is listening to you, like for me, when I say you or me, self-limitation on whatever I do or whatever I say or whatever, because basically it's all to do with, like, we're just creating it.
We are creating, exactly.
We're creating.
It's like this gentleman, the doctor, Omoto, exactly, with the water molecules. Well, the same thing. I mean, what are made these cells, the neurons? They are also particles of water. So we have all these components, no? Carbon dioxide, carbohydrates, and also oxygen, and we have all these molecules that made us, or make us, starting from the smallest part of our being. The thing is, I believe that there is always a smaller thing, and always a bigger thing. And it's almost like, I will say, like endless. The eye don't perceive it or don't see it, but that doesn't mean that doesn't exist. And also in a big, let's say in a big magnitude, the same thing. We don't see stars and galaxies that they are far, far away because they are so massive, everything is so big, and we don't have the ability to perceive them with the naked eye. But that doesn't mean that doesn't exist, once again. But maybe like the other dimensions, like a cat or another animal that can see dimensionally the spirits, no? Or some of us can see the spirits as well. So it's all up to resonance in vibrations, and your resonance with all this part of us. The more you resonate and accept and trust that everything is you, the more your perception expands. That's the way I experience it.
Yeah, and letting go, like old programs and so-called, it's supposed to be this or it's supposed to be that, or it's supposed to fit into this box or it's supposed to fit into that box. But there's one thing I kind of going to say. Is Lewis, you still there?
What's that?
Is Lewis still there?
Luis, are you here with
Up
us?
here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I need to say this because this is coming through a few times now for me to say it to you. You were talking about the galactics. Galactics are huge today, buddy. The the galactics have been streaming in big time. Actually, Jamel, when you were speaking there earlier, it was huge. So when you were on about your explanation of you felt your connection to the galactic family, today is the galactic presence was very, very big.
Very.
So yeah, very, very. Even when Ishmael, you were doing your stuff at the start, I was like, all right, this is interesting because it was just totally just projecting back through
because they do represent each other also. Even 1 week we represent, or the mantis want to talk. They always tell me we will come to talk, but we want to represent everyone really, but including you guys, because for them we are galactics. we call them galactics, but we are galactics as well.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I wanted to say. That's what I'm basically saying. Is that what I'm looking? It's just that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the galactic connection, and it's here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
galactic family.
Yeah. So it's amazing, and I did like the mantis beings were just in the presence. I could feel the presence, and they were nice. Yeah, nice, powerful. Right?
They are very powerful.
Yeah, powerful.
And
very powerful. Yeah.
What is there?
I wanted to show like a last code and ask a question to Wesley as well.
Something that you got for Wesley?
I might find it hard to read certain stuff. Like I found it hard to see Melissa's stuff. So I'll see if I can. But I have a tiny phone. I'm at a tiny phone. And I'll have to go back because it doesn't show up in the right. I'd have to really kind of look down. Can you speak? Actually, if you speak, Lewis, it'll come up in my main.
Let's try it. Maybe it will work. Can you see it? Can you tap twice and pin it?
Wesley microphone is now muted.
Oh yeah, so I can see it, Lewis. Yeah, I can see it. So this is what I get. These are the ones that I get. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So that's so then it'll stream through. That's why you kind of go. So this is a different one. You see? So it'll start.
What if they?
So they'll just keep going, but they're all different wave bands. So they're kind of it can be a bit like music. You see that?
Yeah, and that's the kind of the question I wanted to ask, like with your response to the other code.
So they're all different. They're all kind of slightly different, but some of them might be kind of the same. So it's like that one there. No, they're all. And just keep going. They don't stop. They just want to keep going. They just want to be projected out. They want.
How can I take this deeper, and what questions can I ask to better use this knowledge?
No, I just think the more you're running through, it's like anything. Like what it is the information. There's probably a deeper part of you. I can't tell who you are. I think it's very important for me to. Right, I know who I am. I know what I work with. But from my interpretation, the information is working through you. So it's like the coding is working through you, but it's been transcripted through you to be transcribed. That's the right term. So just speaking through me now. So it's been transcribed through or so-called material structure. So when you're putting that pen to paper, you're projecting out. It's a transmission. So these transmissions are streaming through. So what you're doing is you're streaming through all these transmissions. So they're all transmissions. So it's all quantum. So what you in reality is of what it is we're the people say, oh, this is so dense. We are in a dense field. So all these are breaking up the fields. So what you're doing is so when I say you, it's speaking through me again. So I'm not saying you. It's just the way it says it. Whatever I talk is just speaking through me. So the information is breaking up the field. So it's all quantum. So they're kind of looping and they're breaking up the field. So then it's making more space to bring in more light.
Yeah. And there's like some specific intentions to work with that as well.
Well, I suppose even myself, I could do it. I just leave it stream through. And if you do, well, I suppose the thing is, if you do work in intentions, you probably bring more amplification to it.
Yeah,
depends on what you're doing with it. But the other thing as well, the more you stream through, the more you do it, the more it's going to stream through. It's like anything. If you open, it's like a tap. When you open the tap, the more you're streaming through, the more you're kind of bringing it in, and that's what's happening
every day, basically.
Yeah, I was streaming through. What do you feel like when you're doing it? Like, do you feel like are you feeling the resonance from doing it?
Yeah.
Actually, that's the whole
having
plan.
Like the whole Kundalini experience with them as well.
That's the whole plan. That's what they want. They're basically the whole plan. The whole plan from my side is a mass awakening. They want the mass awakening. They want to wake up the planet. So the more like people are writing it, speaking it, whatever it's going to be. They're all waves. They're breaking up. It's all waveforms. So they're all transmitted. Well, we're transmitting in these waveforms, and they're repatterning certain systems, because the system we're under. It's an old, outdated system. So there's certain hub access points that we're using, which is information, and it's been transmitted in through the access points, which is multidimensional, from different places, spaces within, or time, I don't know if these words, I can't even get them, but the basics of it is we're transmitting in the information. Keep doing what you're doing, man. It's amazing. Yeah. And like, if you're looking for, I'd say, if you feel like doing whatever, you were speaking too, though. I remember you were speaking. You were speaking too. Yeah, but the thing is,
this is more of like my mother language and normal stuff first, so I can.
But you were doing a small bit of light language though. Months and months ago.
Gestures sometimes. That's the drawings.
Yeah, but I think that's still there, no?
Like I'm not speaking like a normal language is enough in the first place.
No,
so...
but your light language is there, isn't it?
I think it is, but I'm not.
It's there. It's there. Right? I'm gonna get it. Yeah. I'm getting it. It's there, right? It's there, and I'm sure you spoke it before too. You spoke. You just need to believe in yourself, man. And when I say no, I just say believe in yourself, and I'm not telling you like I'm telling you like in a way is. It's there, man. It's there. You just need to believe in what you already have, because it is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there, and it's just like it's there, man. It is there because it's field. I can feel it. It's there. It's in the field because it's all in the field. The information carrying in, it's in the field. It's already there. It's already live, and we were just tapping into that access, all that information. We're harnessing it in, transmitting it out, transferring it, and then bringing it to wherever it needs to go. Which a lot of it's just being projected back at us. And then we're becoming consciously aware, all right, there's that, and there's this. So yeah. And actually when you look at it, actually a lot of it's like books. And it's kind of like tapestry as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like we're like dialing the phone to our higher selves and getting the message back.
Dialing in to higher self, but you're already there. So you're actually already there. So it's all over layers. So the self is already there, I'd imagine, but I don't know. But and as you said, like that's exactly it, because you do dial it in, because there's certain waveforms, and it's like you're hitting one waveform, you're like, and there's an axis go boom, 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 and then you're bringing that in. And then you might access another one. You're like, right, I'm going to access. And then it's shoo, and then zoom, boom, boom. And then it's and then you're bringing that into and integrating that. That's what's happening. That's why some of the sounds, even some of the sounds that people are using in the light language, it's not like, did you notice that some of them you would never even hear in the earth sphere? They're off a totally different octave. It's like non-earthly.
Yeah, it's funny because like when the frequency is too high, like the microphone can catch it, like it can register it, like here in the Zoom app. Yeah, it goes beyond
that. It goes beyond, and the whole dialect will start to change as well. It's like it'll become less like the earthy ones. And then it starts getting more expanded. Then it's more. Yeah, it is. It's mad stuff.
Take a look at this one, because actually some of them, they look like they are three-dimensional, and they look like flying stuff, like a flying machine.
You got one. I've seen one actually. It's over to my right, so it might be different yours. And and I see what you're saying, but they're actually to like I see a lot of them to the right. Well, it just here. I see just here. You got one. There's a curl, and it comes down. It actually looks like what you call the flies that actually they hover over water. Yeah, to have over water, and that's the other thing I was going to say as well about some of the even the flies and stuff here. They're like so advanced with everything, like their whole ways as well. Yeah, amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. It's beyond the whole, like, it's beyond my whole logical mind. But yeah, it's all coding, like it's all. And then for me, you know, it gets kind of to do with the genetics then as well. So it goes with genetics and it's to do with the DNA of whatever it's working with. Yeah, amazing.
I receive also the message that our mind is also programmed, since we come to Earth to see something, a language, a writing, and then get the meaning from it, like let's say spoken or translated, there are a lot of codes coming from other dimensions that they don't require that. They only require to be shown. They only require to be exposed, because they do what Wesley mentioned before. They are breaking through patterns, and as we see them, we automatically break patterns. So they are coming to us as a reflection of us from a very high intelligence, and it's not many of them. They are not for us to put a translation or an interpretation of them. Many of us is because they come already with a functionality intrinsic in themselves. So from the moment you show them and the eye perceive the symbols and the codes, that's why it's very important that when you show them, you show the whole thing, because one is not separated to the other. It's all of them are together, really. Unless you feel guided inside that there is a separation from one and another. But yeah, many of these transmissions, they come to be shown to our fellow humans so that they can see the whole thing that you are downloading, and subconsciously it start working already, but also in the physical level automatically start changing things and breaking through things that usually with our intention is more difficult to break through. Why? Because the same programming, because sometimes the programming is so dense that with intention we try, but we have so many influence, so much conditioning that sometimes we struggle. And then these advanced codes, they come, they are projected here on earth by a brother or a sister, in this case yourself, and when they are shown, maybe not straight away, but when we go now to sleep, all these codes are working in many dimensional level in ourselves. And this is also something that often we discriminate because it's not the natural way that here on earth we work. We work with logic, with interpretation that is straight away. It's like we want to see something and interpret it straight away. And if we don't do that, our mind tells us straight away, this is bullshit. This is not, this hasn't got any value at all. No, it does have value. The only thing is that you are not aware of it. But if they are coming, they keep telling me, if these codes are coming, give them room, give them space, expose them, show them, and ask everyone who download them to show them clearly to everyone so that they can get what they are meant to do. And often they are meant to do something like that, not to move what Wesley say, break through layers that they are very dense and very difficult for us to dissolve unless we have some support from them with this coach.
That and the other thing as well is that a lot of it is kind of not really, it's beyond the human or whole capacity to understand because it's so vast as one. And the other thing is they're very hard to manipulate. And when I manipulate is the mind that might be going, and I'm saying the way the mind, this is what I get told again. So the mind will be going, right, is it this or is it that or is it this, where it's beyond all that. Because remember, our whole system, it's all, you know, it's whatever's happening now, because it's all like it's all replaying itself. This whole thing is all replay. Like this has already been done. This is all old stuff that keeps resurfacing, not recognizing it because it's so dense. And I'm only saying because I'm in it. I'm in it. Soup, man. The soup. So this the information that we're working with is clearing out the soup, and it's bringing it up to a more optimal level. So it's dialing the frequency, and eventually, this is what I wish and I hope is happening, is that what we even feel within these groups, it's going to be transmitted across the planet, because things are going to be lighter, because the way we feel here, in groups of stuff, that we can write, I feel the light, I feel love, and like, this is amazing, and it is amazing, but we'll carry this out, and it's going to be through its planet, because we need this. And that's what's happening. This is what's been transmitted in. These energies have been transmitted in. It's all light. It's all light. The original information is light. Everything is a manifestation of light. And what we're working with is light. The original imprint, and that's why you think it's overlayered. That's why you think it's all been overlayered, because light, it's already here. The foundation's in. The foundation is down. That's the mad thing. The foundation is already down. Everything else is on top of it. It's all over layers on top of it.
And that's very difficult for the mind to accept that everything is already done. That is like, how is it going to be everything done? Because it's already done.
There's that, but then there's the overlayers. So when I say the overlayers, right, there's different densities, but the foundation, so the foundation of the format of or so-called reality from the very, very start of existence of our so-called whatever it is. It's already there. Everything else then is pre-construction, pre-organized on top of that. And then it's just going back to the original imprint, I would say. And I think we come from light, man.
And at the same time, we are creating.
And women.
Aren't we?
Yeah, and we're creating the chaos too. Yeah, it's like choice, and this goes out to choice. Like, what is it? What is it? I'm like, whoa! I did this, and we've done everything. I would imagine everything.
Yeah.
but I definitely think this is what I feel is, and this is what's happening is that the information that we're transferring in is breaking up or so-called whatever patterns are happening within our so-called systems, and it's magnetically changing it at a different frequency. That's the plan, is to change it, and it is changing. I feel it is, anyway. But there's more. There's a lot more that needs to come, and that's these codings. People writing this stuff. We are affecting the quantum field big time, and there's transcripts. They tell, like, this is the thing. Like, this is the thing people used to saying to me is like, how do you know this stuff? And it's transcripts. The information's transcripted, and it's not coming from. They're coming from other octaves. They're definitely coming from other octaves. Yeah, and they're coming from different octaves. So it's not. I didn't learn this here.
And the message is the message that you received before from Wesley is, as everything is already done and created, that's why it's important for you people, humans who are in this point of evolution, to trust. And that's why Wesley said before to you, Luis, trust. And these messages have been coming for a while, no, to your life. Like, you need to trust more yourself. You need to trust that there is something else. It's not only happening to you, but it already exists. So it does require from each of us to put trust on what we do. Because if I didn't trust, do you think I will be running these groups? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I will feel like an idiot, really. I wouldn't have started this 2 years ago if I don't trust that there is something behind all of this. At the time, 2 years ago, I didn't even know what it was. I just knew that I had to do it. I didn't even know what it was going to become. Or if I was going to meet brothers and sisters like you guys. I didn't. But something inside was telling me, do it, and you will see. Do it and you will see. Be patient, trust. And I had to do it. I really had to. And I also have a very scientific mind because I come from a like I say, a family of doctors and dentists and lawyers. So that's the way I was programmed. But there is another part that comes from my mom and the 3 Marias that has been in my family, which they are more devoted to another things, another worlds, another something else behind love and transcending all that the males were bringing in my family. So putting all together, at some point I really had to say to my scientific mind, I really need to give it a go. I really need to, because otherwise I will go against a huge part of myself. I know I don't feel complete unless I accept this part of myself as well. Because the scientific was already accepted a long time ago. My work in the hospital, in all the things I was doing, they were involving all the scientific part in 3D. Now, I needed to start tapping more into what is what people call esoteric, spiritual, and all of that I was neglecting and I was denying for so many years, up until 2012, when my body say, or you react, or you just leave the body, because you cannot continue like this, denying who you are, because we are not the scientific part, we are not the left brain or the right brain, we are both. We are the masculine, we are the feminine, we are both. And we have to really trust that whatever is happening, we might not straight away have an understanding of the whole thing, but we know because something is pulling, and we know because there are other reflections of brothers and sisters showing us that this is not only me. So there is something there, and that's why they told me it's very important you create the groups, because people need to find first a place for expression, secondly, a place of reflection. And as a place of reflection, you find out that you complement each other and that you are giving confirmation and reflection about who you already are. Like Wesley say, everything is done, everything is created, Wesley.
And I'll add to that, just because I'm going to go backtrack on one of the things I said. And the thing is just so much learning here as well for me. So it's talking about this stuff that is like, I didn't get it from here, but there's so much stuff that I lost from actually not being in here in the earth, in Mother Earth. And there's so much learning from Mother Earth. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to learn. And I'll actually add to that actually what you said about the light language ambassadors. 2017, I actually found it there in one of the books I wrote down, because I used to do a lot of the coding. I was doing a lot of coding then. Actually, one of them was actually light language soul ambassador. That's what I wrote down. Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I picked up the book. And actually, I think it was 2015 it came out, and I was like, all right. It was a light language galactic ambassador. And then it was kind of going, it was streaming through different things. But it's funny because I only pulled out the one there was 2 weeks ago maybe, and I was going to go through because I used to do a lot of coding like back then, and it was basically that. And I actually thought of your group because when I seen it, that's why I actually went up there. I was like, that's crazy.
What?
Yeah, I was like, that's crazy. Because it's the global, and I was like, that's very interesting. Because that's what I was getting from spirit, like.
And this is it. This is a massive example
ambassador
of
it is
of synchronicity. Why? Because it was already there. It was already there. It was already there for him. It was for me. He found out maybe in 2016. I found out in 2018. 2 years later.
In a different country. I was in a totally different
countries. And also, once again, as time doesn't really exist, it's only like an interpretation of the mind here as a human experience, because we just know deep inside that all this is true. It's just so magic that it's difficult to accept. And it's so magic also why we find difficult to accept magic, because of the old programming that didn't want us to accept this magic within us. The old programming didn't want us to let us discover how amazing we are. And that's why they were disempowering us. And now we are coming back to our own power, to our own how. Showing each other.
Yeah,
reflecting to each other, being ourselves. Simple. And there is no rocket science, it's just trust. That's what we are required to do, trust. Ismael, but what do you want me to trust? You as a magnificent being. It's like if you say, Ismael, will you trust this neuron in your brain? Well, I do, because it has been working for so long, and it's doing a wonderful job. So far, it keeps me alive. So I'm going to do the same with my whole self, not only with my neurons. I'm going to do the same with my red cells, with the white cells, with my bone cells. And at the end of the day, what I'm saying, I'm trusting myself, because they are me. They are me as well. They have independent intelligence as well. Yeah, as a massive other microorganism that is part of us has a bigger intelligence than the one we are at this moment. That we are talking, but everything is already there, as we say, and we are just experiencing again and again how amazing is to feel from different angles the divine greatness that we are, and we are actually living also unique realities. Because we have to also understand that every moment we are choosing. After this group, when we say goodbye to each other and when we turn off the camera, you can say, everything I heard from Wesley, from Melissa, from Ismael, from Ivan, from Tawa, I don't give a shit. I'm not going to. I'm going just take it and bin it. You can do that. You're free to do that. You're free. Here we are not influencing anyone. We don't want to influence anyone. Actually, that is so against my my frequency is like these doctrines, religions that they try to convince people. Oof. Since I was little, I was like feeling like this because I come from Catholic, a very strong Catholic country, and my dad come from Egypt. So they come also from another religion where they trying to influence you a lot with the Muslim religion. So both of them, they were bombarding me all the time. And then I became like, hold on a second, let's respect my space, because I really need to see who I am first. And then maybe I will add your beliefs, but let me believe first who I am, because I need to start believing first in who I am. And then that's why I came to UK, and that's when I started my journey in discovering who I am, because this place allowed me to start walking by myself in an independent way, let's say more independent way. And I think we are all in one way or in another doing that. We are recognizing who we are, trusting who we are, believing who we are, and from there we expand. But we need to start first dealing with our issues. Why? Because if we don't like ourselves in the most minimal aspects of ourselves, we are not loving who we truly are. And I'm learning every day how to love myself more. And this is not narcissism. This is nothing to do with narcissism. This is about accepting nature. I am like this. I have small hands. This is the way I am. I don't have to be like Brad Pitt or Will Smith that has a massive hand. I don't. I am like I am. And I had to learn to be me and accept me the way I am. And that is something we struggle with because we've been programmed so much into the world of forms to judge depending of our forms that we are transcending that. We are getting deeper into the being where we find that there is something much better than all of that, where you resonate with everyone, not only with society, not only with this society on earth, but with all the creation. So we are getting into that dialing. We are dialing, like you say, 1, 2, 3, we are calling, Papa, okay, are you there, creator? Yeah, I am here, woof, this is who I am, fuck. And you say, oh my God, this is really even much better than being integrated in the world of forms. Why? Because you find yourself deep inside. And then you start resonating with every single thing that is in existence. And from that pleasure, from that vibration, you transcend all the programming. Because you suddenly find out how stupid I was by thinking that I wasn't good enough because my hands were small. Because a girl in my teenager told me that I have very small hands. And that was the love of my life in that time, no? And so you had that programming there, and that programming is hitting you behind all your life until you decide to say, stop. No, this is it's not real. I am the way I am. Like this guy here is the way he is, and this guy here is the way he is, and they are great. They're great.
They're all perception. It's all perception.
It's only perception from the whole world.
Yeah.
That we are transcending.
Yeah. It is. It's all programming. It's all little. But that's the whole thing. Even little things, little words, or little things that people say to people. That's how much effect you can have. And sometimes this could be total. They mightn't even mean what they say. And sometimes it might even be because of jealousy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She might not even mean it at the time.
No,
she maybe had a bad day, and she just wanted to project her frustration that day by saying this towards my hands. It didn't even mean it. Maybe she didn't even mean it at the time. But I don't really care anymore, really. And now, to me, she was a teacher. She was a teacher for me to transcend all of that, as my father was, as the people who were the hardest people in my life has been. They have been, all of them, my teachers, for me to awake. And all negativity out there is actually awakening us up. All negativity is awakening us up. And how often we say and we complain about that negativity? Every day, practically every day. And there are people that go on and on and on and on and on and on in a cycle and in a pattern. When that negativity is telling you, go out from the loop, go out from the pattern, just go to the light, man, because you're going to enjoy the light more. And we are scared to death. We get so frightened to accept that we are so magnificent and so beautiful. We are. And then we switch off something, we come out from a meditation or something, and then we come back again to the same old pattern. Oh my God, is my belly too big? Or it's just an example, or am I doing good? Am I good enough for this planet? And all these things are there in the mind, and we truly need to spot them. We really need to be to keep our eyes open and detect them and say, go.
Yeah.
Go.
Forgiveness. Or even people like I think even people that, you know, either pick you up wrong, or people do pick up people wrong, like. But the thing is that energetically, you can I feel like, right, they pick me up wrong and they're not happy, but it's forgiveness. Energetic, just go. It's like, just let it go. Just let it go. Don't get caught up, because the mind keeps going around these loops, going, oh, they picked you up wrong, and then it just keeps going through these loops, and I'm like, oh my God, here it is again. But I think forgiveness is amazing for that, because it doesn't happen in the head. They don't go through your head anymore, and sometimes they're in your head. For me, anyway, they'd be in my head, and I'm like, oh my God, so they're in my head. Which is, they'd be in my head. I'm like, oh my God, so in my head. They're in my head. And forgiveness, just take that out.
Is the door of freedom.
Just take it out. And it does, it works. My head gets clear from forgiveness. I think it's the biggest thing, I think Jesus was right about it. I think it's the biggest thing, for me anyway, is forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
And forgiving yourself as well. Like, freedom. It is like, whoa, because it's so consuming as well. And some of it is like, right, did I do this wrong? I didn't mean it. But the thing is, all this dialogue goes through your head. I don't even want it to go through my head. It still goes through my head. And I'm like, oh my God, this, or even if it was a relationship, I might have thought I did something wrong, or I shouldn't have did this, or else it was a relationship that I think is going wrong, but they're still in my head, and I'm like, oh my God, they're still in my head. But it's mad because they've been in the head. It's in my head. But I can't even, for me, not even be able to control it. But it's forgive me, whatever it is.
There is an interesting way.
Takes a bit of time, right? Though.
There is an interesting time how I realize sometimes of this reality, and is by the way that my cat look at me. And it's like I can spend maybe 1 hour thinking about something. And then she comes along, she comes close to me, and I look at her, and she has these eyes of love, these eyes of freedom, these eyes of there is nothing wrong. She can tell you that with her harmony, with the harmony that she emanates, or she's is so radiant of love. But when I look at her, I say, why did I spend 1 hour thinking about this? And she helps me to come out from that loop straight away, because they are in that joy. She's always wanting to play. She's always in a good mood. It's very difficult to find Brujita in a bad mood. Very difficult. You might find her one day tired. Tired, yes, and she's sleeping more, yes. But she's always trying to play or trying to do something, and she's a reminder always about what the heck are you doing in that loop again. And this is something that happened to all men and women on earth. And the way to also free yourself about this is by accepting that we are like this. If you try to fight it, you are going to have a fight your entire life. If you accept that things are the way they are, you just let them go. You just let them go, because you say, okay, I fell into that again, but go.
I'm not going to control it. I'm not putting control over something.
I'm not giving it more power, because to me it's more important that other side of me that realize that I am not only that. That part of myself that connect me to everything is more important than only this one turning into loops on and on. Yeah.
I know. Amazing.
Okay, brother.
So good chat.
That's your plan.
Koya saya waya tau taka nua shiata tua tita. Thanks very much. Thanks for
Thank you, brother.
doing what you do. And take it easy, Lewis. Best of luck, buddy. Bye.
Bye, Luis.
Bye.
Take care. And take care, Melissa.
Bye, Melissa.
Love
Bye.
to your family and everyone. Have a nice week. Bye.